Nagi Maharshi thought she was starting a food blog, but instead cooked up a storm.
One pan, baked butter chicken.
It takes a toasted sandwich to another level. Avocado cucumber salad.
And while the oven's fan-forced, Aussie fans flocked to Nagi's Recipe Tin Eats blog.
Lamb souvlaki.
Since launching in 2014, it now racks up around 350 million hits a year. The 2022 cookbook Dinner becoming the fastest-selling debut by an Aussie ever, making it all the way to the New York Times bestseller list.
Dosa! New York Times bestseller!
Her super sous chef Dosa with her every step of the way. Her delicious recipes and no-fuss attitude set to feature in her new cookbook tonight.
How jealous are you right now that this is my lunch?
But first, Nagi setting the MasterChef contestants a mystery box challenge. But will Dosa be on hand to help?
Would you please welcome Nagi Maharshi? Great to see you.
Thank you for having me.
I want to know, of all your recipes, which one's the most popular?
Oh, no, don't ask me that.
Why?
Because it's such a disappointing answer.
Why?
What is it?
It's a baked chicken breast. It's so boring. Out of everything on my website, give me a crispy German pork knuckle or Rogan Josh, but no.
And now
Baked
you've just
breast.
gone on live television and pushed it up the search engine. Can you explain something to me? Because for ages, until I started using your site, I thought it was recipes from tins.
And that is actually where the name comes from.
Okay,
You know
explain
the
the
old
name.
recipe tins?
Yeah.
That you used to keep the cards in?
Yes.
That's actually what I used to do.
Yeah. Wow.
And so I literally took my cards out of my recipe tin and started putting them on a website.
Right, so it's not recipes for tin food, which I think is what
That's what I thought.
But before your career as a famous food blogger and chef and whatnot, you were working in finance.
Yes.
And I mean, making the jump to food, right? A lot of people, dream of making that big move. What's it like to actually, live your dream and make that leap? Is it terrifying?
You know, when you're faced with a pile of dishes, it doesn't really feel like a dream. No, I know. I'm very fortunate, and it sounded like a crazy thing to do at the time. To be honest, I think anyone out there with a small business can understand going out on your own. It's about grit and hard work, and above all, really loving what you do, because if you don't love it, you just don't have that willpower and the energy and the drive to go through those really challenging times.
Were there times where you thought, I think I might have made a bit of a boo-boo here and I'm going to go back to finance?
Absolutely, absolutely. Literally on the kitchen floor, bawling my eyes out, going, what have I done? I need to go back to being an auditor. Did I really just say that?
Which is really the chicken breast of jobs.
But I wasn't a tax auditor. I just want to make it clear.
Right,
Just a
okay,
regular
right.
auditor.
Do you think somewhere there's a chef bawling their eyes out being like, oh, God, my dream is to be a tax accountant?
Not a chance.
Look how well it's all turned out for you. I mean, it's gone from the recipe tin to a starring role on MasterChef. Like, can you believe your journey?
It was pretty surreal. MasterChef was definitely one of the high points in the journey. I still can't believe that I was on it. Am I on it?
You're on it. You're on
Tomorrow
it.
night.
We haven't
You're on it.
cut you out.
Maybe
You're
it'll
on
sink in when I
starring.
actually see it tomorrow.
Oh, you're setting the mystery box challenge.
Yes.
How long did you deliberate over what ingredients to choose?
It was over a week. I was doing their head in because I just couldn't come to a decision, and they were just getting so impatient. But how do you just choose a few staples? I couldn't.
And what is the thinking behind it? Because obviously we'll find out what they are tomorrow, but like what thinking are you going, what can trip them up? What can...
No, I literally went into my pantry and said, these are the top ingredients that I use, and we worked backwards from there.
Because that's what I love about your recipes. It's not too complicated. You don't need 1,000 different ingredients.
Yes, yeah. And that's honestly because I go... Quite often, most of the recipes on my website, I go to my fridge and I go to my pantry and I make something using what I've got at the time, so...
I suck at that, my God. That's my worst. I need every recipe and everything written out.
Tuna and rice.
Rachel's never being invited on Ready Stuff.
No, definitely not.
You seem so relentlessly positive about your life and about cooking, but has there ever been a dish that you've tried to master and just been unable to get your hands around it? Is there anything
Oh, yes, there is one that's killing
What's
me.
your white whale?
Portuguese tart.
Isn't that everybody's? Isn't that
Yes.
every good chef's?
What's the
sort of
trouble with
Achilles heel?
tart?
It's being able to cook the pastry so it's crisp without overcooking the custard.
I feel like I heard the chefs on MasterChef saying that that's every sort of chef's Achilles heel.
Really? Okay,
Yes.
well, yeah, I believe it. I've had professional pastry chefs working on it with me, still can't crack it.
How are you at the Croquembouche?
So, haven't tried that.
There's time.
What about Dozer? Dozer's become like almost more famous than you, I would say. When you're out having a little walk, is he recognised more than you are?
Literally, people will stop to pat Dozer and say, "Oh, and you're Dozer's mum." They don't even know my name, and I'm totally fine with that.
Like, I mean, you probably cooked my chicken breast for God's sake.
Nuggy's new book tonight is out soon. You can get a lot more Nuggy on MasterChef tomorrow night. Would you please put your hands together for Nuggy?
That's a great glazed baked ham as well.